This video is brought to you by EWC Controls. The new EWC app will guide you through building the perfect zone system for your customer. Make sure to download it today on Google Play or iTunes. Technicians, and Justin is one of these. Technicians that smoke automatically take a back seat as far as hiring to technicians that don't, if their skill level is the same.
If they're a smoker.
If you have a smoker and a technician that does not smoke, you interview both of them, their skill set seems similar. Automatically, does the smoker lose and the non-smoker win?
No, I don't think that plays a factor for me. No, I wouldn't go that far. No.
Brian?
No, I don't care. I mean, it depends on the segment it depends on what specific job they're doing.
Right.
I'm much more in tune to perceptions on people who are going to be residential service technicians. So the way and really it's mostly just about how they're going to smell. Because it does come up. The same thing with tattoos. Like, do I care if somebody has tattoos? No, I don't care at all whether somebody has tattoos. But some of my customers do care, and it depends on what they are and where they are and the age of the customer and where they're going to be working and all those things. So do I think about it in those circumstances? Sure, but it's really low on the list.
I think I would be more inclined to like cleanliness, just overall cleanliness. Yeah. You can look at someone and kind of tell if they're rough around the edges or if they're a pretty clean person, and personality. What kind of personality do they have? Are they dry and don't have any type of personality? If this dude smokes, but he's a very, very good at communicating, and you can have a conversation with him, and that homeowners are going to love him because he's just that type of guy. I don't have a problem if he smokes as long as he's clean about it.
Dang.
Hey, how dry should he be? Completely dry when he gets to the interview.
No,
if he's
they have
wet,
to be soaking wet. I only hire people who come in soaking from head to toe with no explanation. They can't. If they try to give a description, well, then they're done.
That could be just nerves, though. But
no, the guy comes in. Why the hell are you wet for? Why are you wet?
No excuse, sir.
I knew I was talking to the voice.
I know he didn't mean that. I just think it's funny. I just pictured a guy walking in like soaked, going, "So what about this job, bro?"
You're hired.
Scuba guy, we
got a damp one. We got a damp one on our hands. Let's sign him up.
Like as an industry standard.
Yeah, get him over to HR.
That was a good thing you brought up there, Justin, about hygiene, because that's something I wrote down. If a guy has just we'll go with marginal hygiene. He walks in, you go, oh, but he sits down and he's just brilliant. I mean, are you going to hire him and then have a conversation about hygiene, or is he out of the running?
I'm going to hire him and put him in commercial.
Put him on a rooftop. Okay.
Yeah. I was about to say, if you got a role that you could put him in where he's valuable with his skills, then But somebody like that, if I'm interviewing for residential techs, I don't know. I don't know. It'd be a tough one for me.
Well, he's awful good though, man. He's really good.
Guy to come through the door to have somewhat some technical ability, and he doesn't stink. I'm going with that guy probably.
I want to know. I just want to know the story, and not the story that somebody wants to tell me, but like the real story, because people who just have life situations where they haven't been properly brought up or haven't been properly shown. I've had some people who've come in who are different, to say the least. They're just different, and a lot of it's because they're young and they grew up in really tough situations. But I see that spark in them where they want to work and they have character and they have inclination. And yeah, I may very well still work with them on it. It just depends. I've always been really pro working with people based on their strengths rather than tossing them out because of their weaknesses. And if they are able to see themselves, if they're able to observe their own behavior and make incremental change, because we've seen a lot of people grow up, going from one thing to becoming something that's really great in the context of working with us. So, I think you have to be aware of that.
All right, let me make it a little bit more offensive. A guy comes in, sits down, midway through the interview, his phone rings. He has to take it. He steps outside.
No.
Is he
That's called respect. That's called respect.
Maybe it's deliver he's waiting for.
Nope.
Is there any follow-up questions? You'd be like, hey man, who's on the phone with you? but you felt like
He's
you had to get
done
up.
right there.
I mean, this happens. Stuff like this happens. There's a mentality out there. I know we're all upstanding guys here who would never do that, but there's guys out there who would say,
it depends on how it unfolds.
Yeah.
I mean, if his phone starts ringing and he looks at it and it's his mother that he never talks to, or if it's his wife and she knows he's in an interview, but she's calling and he knows there's something up for her to be calling, as long as he communicates that to me and says, hey man, it's my wife calling. She knows I'm in an interview, so I'm worried something might be wrong. Can I just take this real quick? If he addressed it like that with me, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But if he's just like, hey, I got to take this, hang on, I'll be right back. Yeah, then I have an issue with that.
it might be a great window into what's going to happen in the future. Communication skills right there, huh?
And it's still a hit. Like, even if they do make the excuse, oh, it's my wife, I got to, sorry about this.
Yeah.
It's still a hit because a lot of people are in really tough personal situations. And honestly, that's something that I've started to sort for, that people who have drama in their personal lives and they try to involve me in it, that's pretty much a no-go. But if everything else is perfect, I'm probably still going to hire the person. I mean, again, it depends on the situation of the labor market. Things are a little different right this moment than they were 12 months ago too. So, all of that plays into it. But you got to be flexible to some degree.
All right, let's follow up on that then.
Hey, look, his wife. Wait. His wife knew that he was going for a job interview. Don't call. The dude shouldn't have even had his phone in the interview in the first place.
Really? So
It's called
no phones in
respect.
the interview at all?
It's called respect for the guy you're talking to that's going to be hiring you.
So
Don't
your
even bring
liver
it in.
is ready, and you need to get to the hospital, but you left the phone in the car. Now they're giving the liver to somebody else.
No, you wouldn't be in that situation in the first place.
They could-
Leave the phone in the truck or the
I
car.
don't know. I just think life happens, man. Life happens.
Leave the phone in the car.
Outside of that interview, outside of those walls, that company, everything, that man has a family and he has other things going on. And I'm not going to tell the man he can't answer the phone for his wife.
Look, if he comes into
I
the
love
office,
these conversations because it
if
gets
he
into this
comes
very
into the
complex.
office on the most important time he's coming into the office and bringing his phone with him, he doesn't need that job anyway.
If my wife calls me during that interview, I'm answering.
Because what's he going to do when he gets to your job sites? If it wasn't important enough to him in the very first meeting,
He's going to do
how's it
this.
gonna be
Right.
the rest
Oh,
of the time.
man. Yeah.
You know
Well,
what,
there's something
Ralph?
said for that.
I don't give a crap what you do.
Oh, man. It's reversed.
Wow.
It's reversed. It's
Well,
true,
that-
though.